For today's Cyber CEO episode,
having a cyberbacker has actually been more efficient and helped our business more than having someone in the United States who was once in the office being virtual. From day one, we fell in love with her and her work and her humor, and she's just been the biggest asset to us, quite frankly. She just was amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better cyberbacker, assistant, friend, you name it. So.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yes, we're very excited to have you. And of course, we know you're very busy, so we really appreciate your time here today. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you tell us something about yourself and your business?
I'm part of the Steve Kettelle Team, and Steve Kettelle, who'd been in real estate for several years, was our rainmaker, and I was a buyer's agent. Unfortunately, a little over a year ago, he passed away after an illness, so I was put in the position of being the main guy, and so that's where I'm at now.
Oh, okay then. All right. So how long have you been doing real estate though?
I've been doing real estate 9 years.
9 years. All right. So a lot of experience right there. How about working with someone virtual though? Just like what you're doing with your cyberbacker. Is this something you're doing for the first time?
We've done that before. Before we actually had a cyberbacker, we had an admin here in the office, and her husband had a job transfer to another state. And so for a long time, she worked remotely for us.
Remotely. All right. So talk to me more about that. Now having to work with someone who's not even in the same country, working with someone who's virtual, your cyberbacker, was it a big change or was it a big transition for you personally?
No, it wasn't a big transition because 𝗷𝗻𝗶𝗹𝗶, my cyberbacker, has made everything so smooth. She never missed a beat. So having a cyberbacker has actually been more efficient and helped our business more than having someone in the United States who was once in the office being virtual.
All right. So more efficient, and of course, having more time more things to leverage to your cyberbacker. Now,
Yes.
Talk to me more about 𝗷𝗻𝗶𝗹 then, your cyberbacker.
We missed out when we were interviewing cyberbackers. We missed out on like 5 or 6. And the next day we were feeling pretty defeated. And then we had noticed that we were going to interview 𝗷𝗻𝗶𝗹, and within seconds, Steve, the former rainmaker, and I knew exactly, without a doubt, that she was going to be the one for us. So he had originally heard about cyberbacking through MAPS coaching, and from day one, we fell in love with her and her work and her humor, and she's just been the biggest asset to us, quite frankly.
Biggest asset so far. Talk to me more about that. Was it just a gut feeling, or was it the way she answered? Was it her credentials, her experience at all?
A lot of it was the way she answered, but she also gave us a little insight into her personality, rather than just being robotic about answering the questions. You could tell she was very friendly, had a good sense of humor, and her credentials were obviously flawless. Her English is excellent. We just knew it was the whole package. We just had a feeling, but then once she started talking, we knew for sure.
So she's the whole package, good fit right there. How long have you been working with her so far?
I'm going to say she's been with us. Gosh, it's at least 3, if not 4 years.
Wow, gosh,
I think 3. So she had worked a lot with she mostly worked with Steve, actually, doing listings, and he was also a MAPS coach. So she would sit in on his coaching calls and take notes and do the follow-up for that. And then, unfortunately, when Steve became sick and our focus was taken away from real estate and then his eventual passing, 𝗏𝗠𝗻 is literally the only reason we still have a business going today after all of that, because she held everything together for us, reached out to people when we couldn't be reached to do something for us. And she just was amazing.
Gosh, just an amazing fit and an amazing fit to the business now and helping you with the business. Talk to me more about that then. How did she help with the business? What does she do for you in the business today?
She pretty much dictates my life. She obviously has taken control of our database in command. She has set up smart plans, my to-do lists. She often does a lot of the contract writing, or at least prepping the contracts and the listing documents before I go on a listing appointment. She's one step ahead of me once we get the listing, putting it into our MLS system. She constantly reaches out to people that run the actual franchise here, or experts like, our tech expert. If she doesn't have a question, I usually never know, because if she doesn't have an answer, because she's reached out to somebody before getting back to me and found the answer. So she just is, she's streamlined a very complicated business for us.
Gosh, so she's basically almost everywhere then in the business. Almost.
She really is. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's certain real estate things she cannot do, but
of course,
anything I ask of her, and I never do ask anything of her I'm not willing to do myself. I want to make that clear. But she's done, and I don't have to worry about it or ask twice or think about it again.
Gosh, just the support that she gives you, and of course the business. Now, you mentioned you've been working for a few years now. We get this question a lot, especially for business owners that are going to be jumping into the virtual world for the first time. How am I going to make this work? How is this going to be a good investment for my business? Now, my question to you is, how did it become a successful partnership between you and 𝗏𝗠𝗻 and your Cyberbacker?
From the very beginning, 𝗏𝗠𝗻 listened to what we had to say and asked of her, and she asked questions, and then she'd also ask, where can I find these answers? Who in our bigger office can I reach out to? But I think mainly she just listened, and I'm not the greatest communicator, and Steve was even worse. He would just give her one or two words and she'd be like, oh, do you mean XYZ? Sure, I'll take care of it. And so she's also very intuitive, and I just think her listening and her really concentrating and paying attention to what we need has been the key to the success.
Gosh, right there. So just a communication piece, and just adjusting to each other's communication style, then something like that.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm probably her worst nightmare when it comes to communication. And we are doing just fine.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Now, I'm also curious, before we end today's interview though, Michael, again, it's been years that you've been working together. I want to know, what's been the biggest impact of virtual leverage through Cyberbacker that's impacted your business so far?
I feel just her efficiency and her taking steps to do things before we're even asking for them to be done. Like, if we mentioned we have a possible listing of, House A on Smith Street, she'll have the documents ready just from that mention and have them ready to go in case we have an appointment later that day. Or she's very proactive. Let's put it that way. She's on top of everything. She's at every office meeting, let alone team meeting. She signs up for many of the same classes that I take. I can't praise her enough for, basically taking over the business and telling me what to do, which is what I need.
Now, again, a lot of success in the years that you've been working together. I forgot to tell you about this, Michael, by the way. She's going to be listening once we have this online. And of course, before we end, I was wondering, do you have any special messages or quick shout out you'd like to give out to her on the show?
Oh gosh, she knows how much we adore her and how she'll never be able to be replaced. And I know there's going to come a time when she's going to want to move on because she has gone back to school to get her master's degree. And I'll never be able to thank her enough for all she's done, especially in the past, 18 months or so. I couldn't have asked for a better Cyberbacker friend, you name it. So
now, seems to me you've already found the perfect partner. It's what you mentioned also is a friend in Joms. Now, we're very, very excited to see the continued success of this partnership, obviously. And again, Michael, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.